Steve thinks that he gave me a hard skull pick, but I talked my canvas into moving that tattoo from her ditch to her forearm. I am so confident on this tattoo.
All this you can line, because those are just solid chunks of block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep that edge really clean.
Cool. I'm ready to step up and show I'm as good as the top guns in this competition.
This week's elimination tattoo, Star Wars.
Oh. That is amazing.
Oh. I told you.
Yeah.
This is gonna be literally the first Star Wars tattoo I've ever done in my life.
It's estimated that over 1 billion people have seen Star Wars in theaters since 1977. Star Wars fans are known for their devotion. Today, these fans want to express it on their skin forever. So let's meet your canvases. Clint, because you won the Flash Challenge, you now have the power to assign all human canvases. Choose wisely.
And one thing about these canvas selections is that it screws up strategy. They're getting talked out of the and that shouldn't happen.
We have had a couple problems with the last time that we did these canvases. So let me start off by telling you that my name is Clint Cummings, and I'm pretty damn good at what I do. And I can prove this to you because I am standing up here talking to you while these chumps are sitting down.
Clint must think he's on his way out. He's trying to get as much attention as possible by acting a fool.
You're gonna tell me what you want, where you want it, how you want it, and you're not gonna change your mind. These guys over here, they'll tell you how they think it'll be better somewhere else. Don't do that. They're good. They can do the tattoo that you want, where you want it, how you want it. All right, Chief, what are you looking to get?
A clone trooper on my right thigh.
Okay. I'm gunning for everybody.
Sarah's always had a problem with contrast. I can give her something that's gonna require so much damn contrast. If she drops a ball, that's gonna put her here and that's gonna put me here.
You have to be very careful. If you give a heavy hitter something that will challenge them, it can force them to be a lot harsher an opponent.
Canvases, one by one, please reveal the name on the bottom of your skull.
Sarah.
I got a very difficult tattoo. The hardest ones were the stormtroopers. There's only so much you can do with white.
May the force be with you.
We're looking for the artist to use a high amount of contrast to really create depth and color palettes that bounce off of each other to make these characters come to life.
Give me an idea.
I want to have the Imperial cog in the background just as kind of a silhouette, and then just a clone trooper.
The background is really simplistic, and this whole challenge is about contrast. In order to show contrast, like, I'm really gonna have to play with this. Would you be open for me changing up the background a little bit?
What kind of background are you looking for?
I'm thinking like a galaxy with the other half being...
Nah, I'd rather just keep the focus on just the clone trooper.
I don't think that's going to fulfill this challenge. I don't want to go home for it. We're totally butting heads. I need to convince him to go in the direction that I really want to go.
Love it. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Clint tried to trip me up a little bit on this one. My subject matter is pretty limited. I'm doing white clone trooper with the Imperial cog as the background.
That is the coolest thing in the world.
I come up with the idea to make the cog a viewport into space. I'm using that as a window to kind of showcase that contrast. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. The judges want a masterpiece, and I'm going to deliver. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
This week, we had you create a Star Wars tattoo. We were testing contrast. Sarah, what did the client ask for?
He wanted the Imperial cog with like the trooper in front, and he didn't even want all this detail. What I did was I showed him my stuff and said, this is the direction I want to go. So from that point on, I was like, yes.
We hounded on you for putting too much white in things and using too many light colors, and this is what we're talking about. The colors you used in the armor to shadow it, it looks dimensional.
I took what you guys said to heart, and I used a lot of skin breaks. And what I did to show the white on that trooper was just from the contrast of the darker colors.
That use of contrast in a very insignificant part of the tattoo is very impressive. You really made an improvement.
Two of you impressed us, and two of you did not. Sarah and Tattoo Baby. You guys have the top two tattoos. This week, we're testing a skill that's crucial to any tattoo. Lines.
Line work is the longest lasting element of a tattoo. Everything else is gonna fade away.
For this elimination tattoo, you'll have 6 hours to create a Celtic tattoo.
What the Celtic? The last time I did a Celtic design was once upon a very long time ago that I do not remember.
The origins of Celtic tattoos date back thousands of years.
Celtic tattoos are some of the most labor-intensive tattoos. The lines need to be parallel, it needs to go over and under. It's supposed to look like it's an intricately woven design.
Let's meet your canvases. Craig, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to assign all the human canvases, but choose carefully.
Josh should be nervous. He's established himself as that guy. Worst tattoo that comes up, give it to Josh.
I'm here to play the game, and that's what everybody should be doing. Everybody should be playing the game.
Josh has been full of since day one. When he's talking to you, you immediately have to start thinking 5 steps ahead of Josh. There's a plan, always.
A Celtic starfish on my rib cage.
Are you open for suggestions from the tattoo artist?
No.
Good to know.
On the Celtic starfish, she don't want no suggestions from the artist.
Craig's just tired of listening to Josh's mouth. Josh just needs to shut the up and just pack his bags and go home.
Canvases, one by one, please read the name on the bottom of your skull.
Joshua.
Celtic starfish on her ribs. She's perfect for Josh.
I don't mind tattooing rib cages. Craig was trying to give me a challenge in this one, but it's gonna work to my advantage.
Good luck.
Every Celtic design is going to be a lot of intense line work. There's so many intersections. That needle has to go in and out so that your lines butt up perfectly. Even the most experienced artist is going to feel the pressure.
So I think I want something a little bit more intricate.
All right. Do you like this?
The lines are too far apart for me.
Okay, let's see. Craig was trying to give me a challenge in this one, but I'm so good at dealing with people, it's gonna bite him in the ass. Right now, I'm just kind of like going, okay, here's what she likes, here's what she doesn't like, so I can make sure I design something you're gonna love.
Come on, bud.
Celtic is the epitome of line work for the simple fact that all the lines have to be parallel, perfectly straight on both sides, same line weight, same thickness. It's a style that all proficient tattooers should be able to do.
My canvas, she wants a Celtic starfish on her side. It's really, really nice and fits you really well. I like it a lot. I'm gonna focus on making sure that all my lines are absolutely perfect.
How are you doing here, Mr. Quiet Machines?
My back hurts. I ran like 1,000 lines.
Right.
That's about my day. Dude, maybe you should go and finish your tattoo.
Looks wonderful.
What a sweetheart. I spent so much time on making my lines clean. I'm very nervous that I'm not going to finish it.
Can't wait to see it.
I'm gonna have to really simplify the color work on it, and hopefully I can get done with it.
Today, we asked you to show us clean lines in a Celtic tattoo. Joshua?
I have one big problem with this tattoo.
Okay.
It wasn't the first one of the day so that I could reference your tattoo with everybody else's. Big problem. This is a perfect goddamn outline. It's consistently the same width all the way throughout the tattoo. It's very clean on one of the hardest surfaces.
You're very meticulous on every crossing of the lines here, all the way down to the center where it gets really intense. You really shined on the line work.
There was a statement made by Jimmy that I can't draw. I drew this goddamn thing. So.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Even better.
Today, we tested your lines, the most essential skill for a Celtic tattoo. The judges have decided that the best tattoo of the day goes to Joshua.
Congratulations, Josh. You gave the challenge exactly what it was that we were looking for. A straight, clean, one-pass outline, you nailed it. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Today, you must put your composition skills to the test and create negative space tattoos.
What?
Just as negative space can transform the way you look at things, you must change your perspective and create a masterpiece out of what is not there.
Say that in English.
Negative space is purposely leaving something untattooed. Just tattooing an image like you're used to, you're just flipping it and just tattooing the background instead to cut out your image.
All right, guys, negative space tattoos. We're not talking about making a design that has some negative space in it. You're basically gonna have two images in one. Your space and then some image that comes forward out of the negative space. So the focal point of your tattoo is what's negative.
It's like the toughest thing ever. Let's meet your canvases. Team Steve, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to assign the human canvases. Remember, Advantages are not easy to come by, so choose wisely.
Our strategy is to target Deanna and Jason. They're the strongest for the flash challenges. We gotta take them out. What are we looking to get done?
I'm looking to get a black and gray graveyard with negative space tombstones.
Where are you putting that?
Kind of under this on my forearm.
Like in the ditch, the water?
Yeah.
You don't want to move it, like maybe put it somewhere else if it was a better idea?
Not really.
Tombstones in the ditch of your arm. It's a complicated area and the skin's very thin and sensitive there. It can be hard to really get stuff saturated without overworking the skin.
Canvases. One by one, please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
Elbow pit.
Graveyard with negative tombstones.
Deanna?
Hey. I give the graveyard tattoo in the ditch. Of course, it was a target.
Good luck.
Today we're looking for negative space tattoos.
Some of the snakes are gonna have to be negative.
We're looking for the actual negative space to be the heart of the tattoo, so everything around it has to accent it and flow with it.
How do I create a negative hand without lines?
That's the tricky thing with the fingers. You can't put those fingers in without them being lined.
We're basically looking for any silhouette that they put in to be defined by whatever background they choose.
So I wanted a black and gray graveyard, kind of like wrapping around down here.
If I could take like a space like your forearm, that would be great. There's about 7 people left, and we're trying to do the best tattoo possible. All I need is a canvas that'll trust me in doing some really cool.
I trust you, of course.
Cool, that's awesome.
I'm excited.
For this elimination round, it's negative space tattoos, and we're testing composition.
You like that spot?
Yep, just a hair.
Thinking clearly about what the challenge is and finding the most simple, bold way to hit the challenge is the smartest way to play this game.
Steve thinks that he gave me a hard skull pick, but I talked my canvas into moving that tattoo from her ditch to her forearm. I am so confident on this tattoo.
All this you can line, because those are just solid chunks of black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep that edge really clean.
Cool. I'm ready to step up and show I'm as good as the top guns in this competition.
Today, you were being tested on composition with negative space tattoos. Deanna. I love this tattoo. The fact that you used this coffin shape as the border, that really sets the mood. You already know that there's something dark going on.
Your ability to get this gritty, soft, smooth texture from the black to the gray shading has that black and white horror film look to it. It looks really smooth. The way the trees break into this image and spider across the darkness is really cool. And the composition has a really nice balance to it.
Thank you.
Today, you must create a schematic tattoo.
A what?
What is that? What the is a schematic tattoo? Does this look like a guy that went to college?
I don't even know what that means.
I've done it before.
A schematic is just basically breaking an object down into its parts. It's like a blueprint.
When I think of the word schematic, I think of a diagram. Make sure what fits together and how it assembles is true to the way that it would fit together. That's the test here.
It will be a lot of line work, and it needs to stay legible. It needs to look like what it's supposed to look like.
I still don't understand.
Let's meet your canvases. West, you won the Flash Challenge. You now have the power to assign the human canvases.
You ready, guys?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Today, the main goal is making sure that we have tattoo of the day and no one goes home.
What are you gonna get? Schematic vintage globe with watercolor continents. What?
Wow.
Watercolor doesn't go with a schematic tattoo.
I'm not tattooing continents. Plain simple.
Canvases, one by one. Please read the artist's name on the bottom of your skull.
It was the globe, isn't it? Globe, yes. The watercolor continents.
Jarrell.
They're coming out the Midwest.
I definitely knew the West was gonna come for us, but Midwest, we don't give up. We're here for the fight. I'm not worried about any of us.
Today in a schematic tattoo, we're looking for the cleanest, strongest outlines with the best application to show us the construction or deconstruction of the item.
So it's schematic day, so whatever we do, the line work has to show.
These tattoos don't have anywhere to hide. If you're doing something that's a diagram, then everything has to fit.
Let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna have you stand right here.
Okay.
The one thing about these schematic drawings is there's no place to hide. You're looking at just the outline, and it's a technical drawing. If you don't do it perfect, it's gonna fall apart.
I think the West is trying to shake me up, thinking that it's gonna be hard because it's a lot of circles.
This thing has some pretty bold-ass lines on it, so...
Yeah, that looks really good.
A circle, it has to be smooth, it can't have any bumps, and it has to connect exactly where it's supposed to connect.
I've been tattooing for a while, but it wasn't until 8 years ago that I could just finally,
everything else.
Yeah.
Just tattoo. I really haven't been able to shine here and show off myself. I'm a very strong tattooer, and I'm gonna show that today. What's funny is, like, I make my own hours, but I work more hours than most people still. That's the best way to be. It's like, if you love something, do it.
Today, you are being tested on legibility with schematic tattoos. Let's see how you did. Jarrell.
Now I know that you can line. Your 4 circles that go around the globe are really nice at the thickness that you do them, and you keep them consistent.
This color is saturated, the blending is nice, and you made literally a beautiful piece of art out of it.
Thanks.
Midwest is coming.
All right, guys, it's time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
For me, creativity, legibility, and cleanliness, my vote's for Jarrell.
Jarrell put on a very strong outing, really showed a lot of consistency. Today, I also will be with Jarrell.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to Jarrell.
Thank you, guys.